What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bro Tech Gaming Podcast. So last week on our music game, if you guys guessed it, the game was GoldenEye.
Yeah, I knew a few people. I think I know a few people that actually got that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do like the main like theme song because everybody knew it. So I was trying to find like a specific like level. And I always remembered the jungle level because like when you're fighting that boss in the middle, like the music starts like intensifying and it becomes like pretty epic. So when I jumped on YouTube and I was trying to find the actual song, like you're walking through the jungle and there's like no music, and I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I know there's music in this game. And so the person that I was like watching playing, like he killed the boss in like 2 seconds. So the music like started up and then it just died. And I was like, no way. So I actually had to go and find like the actual soundtrack for it.
He was actually one of the hard bosses too. Like I remember, like actually the jungle level in general was actually one of the harder levels because like you couldn't see the dudes through the leaves. You had to let the aim assist lock onto people, and then I would like tap them with the assault rifle. But then I remember like the weapon you get from Homeboy when you beat him, it's like a P90, right? And like
Yeah.
you get to dual wield like a P90 and another gun. I'm like, oh, this feels badass.
Yeah. I think you also get like grenade launchers or something like that. It was
Yeah,
something
it
like
was
that.
pretty crazy. GoldenEye. That was a good one.
So a really fun game. Dude, I remember growing up, man, like everybody had that game. It was like an essential game that you had to have on the 64. And the game was so fun because you can play like split screen, but like up to like 4 people can play. And like the multiplayer was just it was just so much fun, man.
It's kind of unfair though because like they had like different hitboxes for every character. So if you played as Odd Job, you always had to aim low. And it was kind of like a disadvantage because like you couldn't like fucking hit his ass.
Yeah, that was always a rule for us. Like we could never pick him
Mm.
because you could never hit him.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, GoldenEye was last week's track. We played a track at the beginning of this episode, as mentioned. So, put your comments down. Let us know what game you think it came from, and we will play it again at the end of the episode.
Yeah, so I'm not going to reveal the name of the game at the end of this one. I've been doing that, so I'm going to change it up. I'm just going to put the same thing on there. Can you guess the game? And then next week we'll reveal the game.
Look.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All
right, Carlos. What are we talking about this week, man? What do you want to get into?
All right, so the last week, I think has been really crazy for sports, specifically football.
Dude, my freaking notifications been going off like crazy. I've gone through some highs and lows already with all the shit going on.
Yeah, so we can talk about a team or I guess player that kind of affects both of our teams. So Josh Jacobs was the Raiders running back for like all of his career. And he recently signed with the Green Bay Packers. Tier for
4
me.
years, dude. A 4-year contract.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss him.
So that was crazy for me because like as soon as it was said that we were gonna sign him, I'm like, damn, like we're gonna have like a beastie, like two-headed running game with him and Aaron Jones. And then literally like 10 minutes after the news went out that we were signing Josh Jacobs, we released Aaron Jones. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why, man? So it was like a very like high-low thing for me.
How long have you guys had Aaron Jones for?
Bro, we've had Aaron Jones for like at least 5 years. So, but he's like 31, 32 now. Very like injury prone. So I mean, like I can kind of understand like why we wouldn't want to re-sign him, but it's just hard because he was basically a leader in the locker room, and a lot of players looked up to him. But now our average age is like 27 on the team because we released him. We only have one player that's over the age of 30, which I think is like one of our defensive tackles. That's just crazy, man.
That's
Crazy.
pretty good. I mean, Josh Jacobs is really good. He is a little injury prone. I know he messes up like his foot or like his hip or something like that. He's had issues, but other than that, like he's a really good player overall.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I mean, we have had a lot of other changes on our roster. Like we've like we let a few people go. Like we let go of David Bakhtiari, who's also very injury prone. Like he's one of our like Pro Bowl like left tackles. Couple safeties that we let go of. We let go of Darnell Savage. We let go of I think his name's Le'Veon Campbell is another player we let go of. So like our defense is going through a sort of like some roster changes, a little bit on offense too. But I mean, it is what it is. Like we're trying to compete this upcoming year, and we did a lot better than everyone thought we would do this last season. And all you can do is get better from there. So they're not messing around this season. So I guess I get it, but it was just sad to see people go.
Yeah, yeah. So we let somebody go, but it wasn't I was actually happy that we let him go. It was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Ooh. He's on the
And
Rams now.
yeah, so I think it was like 20 minutes before we started the podcast, I got the notification that he signed with the Rams. So
That's crazy. So he's gonna be back up to Matt Stafford, basically.
yeah. And then so our quarterback situation is we have O'Connell, and then
Yeah.
we just signed Minshew. So they're going to be battling for starting quarterback position.
I mean, Minshew's not bad. Like he had like his ups and downs throughout the season. I don't know, man. Like last season was crazy with how many starting quarterbacks we had throughout the year, and everybody got just kind of like scattered all over the place. Like half of the players that started on different teams are now playing on different teams this season. Like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins signed with the Falcons for 4 years, and I watched an interview. like Kirk Cousins has been saying this shit for like fucking like 12 years now. Like when he was on the Redskins, they're like, where do you see yourself on this team? He's like, well, I don't know, but I definitely want to retire a Redskin. And then there is a clip of him on the Vikings, like, well, I really see myself as retiring as a Viking. And then like he did an interview with the Falcons. He's like, I really see myself retiring as a Falcon is what I want. I'm like, bro.
I mean, he probably will as a Falcon because he's up there in age
He doesn't
already.
have that much time left, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
what else was there? Derrick Henry went to the Ravens, I think. So that was a big one. Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles. I mean, there's a lot. I can't think of a whole lot. OBJ got let go. He's a free agent now.
You think he's still gonna play, or do you think his career's done? Because he didn't do anything last year.
I don't know, man. I was actually really surprised with a few other wide receivers because, like we were talking about on my roster, I had the one full from the Chargers.
Oh, Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, bro. Keenan Allen got let go.
Oh, he got traded.
He got traded for a fucking 4th round draft pick.
Yeah, because I got that notification too that he was released, and then I got another notification that he was traded.
Yeah.
Because I guess they wanted him to receive less money, I think. And he said nah, so they traded him.
Russell Wilson's on the Steelers.
Dude, like why? Like who was the Steelers quarterback?
Country. Let's rock.
Horrible, man. That dude is so cringe. But who was the Steelers quarterback?
It was Pickett. Pickett was their quarterback. It was Pickett, and I think there was another kid that was like a backup quarterback. I can't remember. We would have to ask Mike. But I don't know, man. Like there were a lot of like roster changes and free agents. Who in your opinion was like your biggest surprise or the biggest like WTF?
Well, I have to say Jacobs. I thought Jacobs was gonna be like a Raider for life.
Yeah.
And like we do have like a backup running back. I can't remember his name, but he was pretty good. The times that Jacobs was out, he was always getting like big yardage. So I'm not too worried about our running back situation. It's just as long as he stays healthy, then I feel like we'll do pretty good. As
Yeah.
far as like the quarterback position for the Raiders, I don't know. I've never really watched Minshew play. I watched O'Connell play, and I really feel like O'Connell should have got the starting job. Yeah, there
Zamir
you go.
White.
Zamir White. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I was pretty shocked by that one too. If I mean, being biased, obviously, I wanted Aaron Jones to stay on the team. I guess like I thought Kirk Cousins was my biggest surprise. I think Kirk Cousins was my biggest surprise because like the team just praised him and praised him. Um, I don't know what the fuck the Vikings are gonna do this upcoming season. Like they end up signing Aaron Jones, which was a slap in the face. But they signed him for like a 1 year contract with like with bonuses or whatever. And I don't even know who their current quarterback is. Like I thought Cousins was like Cousins was talking about how he wants to come back, and even players on the team were like, I don't want to play if Kirk Cousins isn't throwing to me. Like that was Jefferson. Jefferson was saying that shit. So I was like, okay, so who's gonna throw to you now? So that was kind of a big surprise when finding out that he was going to the Falcons of all places. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I feel like the teams don't really care what the players have, like their insight, because
Yeah,
it even happened with Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams and Derek Carr were supposed to be that duo, and then Derek Carr leaves, and then Adams is really pissed off that Derek Carr is gone. But I mean, he still has to play. He's still under contract. He like in reality, he's not going to care who's throwing him the ball as long as he's getting the ball.
yeah, yeah. Very true. Very true. A lot to keep track of. A lot of crazy changes. I feel like they're still happening. Like as the days have been continuing. So
Yeah, we're only in March, man. Like, there's still a long ways to go until the season starts. So.
yeah, man, the deadlines were like fucking nuts. It was just crazy. Crazy how much shit that we were already getting just in the last few days, man. Trades and drops and all kinds of good stuff.
Yep. So we'll stay in sports. We'll move on to the next topic. We'll talk about the Dodgers.
You
Uh,
can talk about the Dodgers.
all right, yeah, no problem. So obviously the Dodgers got Otani. He's not gonna pitch this year. He's just gonna be strictly DH, which I'm kind of like 50-50 about paying that much money for him just to DH for an entire year. But yeah, it's whatever. I have no control over it. But he's still gonna be a really good DH hitter. He's still gonna hit a lot of home runs and help out the team. So the Dodgers and Padres are going to be playing in Seoul. How do you say it? Seoul?
So it's like Seoul. Yeah, Seoul, Korea.
Yeah, Seoul, South Korea. So they're playing 2 games, but the games are going to be at 3 a.m. our time, which I am not going to stay up, even though I do stay up till 3, but I'm not going to stay up till 6 to watch the whole game because I'll be dead the next day. And it's only 2 games, so I can just watch the highlights the next day and not really feel like I missed out on a bunch. We are having issues with Gavin Lux. So last year in spring training, he messed up his knee and he was out the entire year. He's back now. He's supposed to be like fully healthy because he's already playing. But he is lacking confidence right now. I think he's scared that he might still hurt his knee, so he's been like fumbling a lot of balls on the infield. So with that, they moved him to second base and they put Mookie Betts at shortstop. And like Mookie Betts is just like so interchangeable. He goes from outfield, like center, right field, to second base to shortstop. Like
The bat boy.
yeah, I'm really glad that we have Mookie Betts because he's crazy talented. But other than that, like I'm really confident in the Dodgers this season. I feel like we're gonna take it.
I feel like this is a World Series year for you.
Yeah, it has to be, like barring an injury to like our major players, but I feel like we're gonna have like a really deep run in the playoffs. Hopefully we do, because I don't want to come back to this and like laugh at myself for saying all this. But
Yeah. Actually, I actually have something to contribute to this baseball conversation.
woo, 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 woo.
So, apparently Garrett Cole has been having some like weird like inflammation things going on in his elbow. And he was supposed to go get like an MRI, or he was supposed to get it like checked out by like this renowned doctor, but they can't really isolate or figure out what is going on. So they've kind of like tentatively put him out for 4 to 6 weeks. I think they're gonna actually like make him inactive, or like I don't know what they call it. Like they like shut him down. They were gonna shut him down for like 6 weeks because they don't know what's going on with his elbow. And for you non-Yankee fans out there, that's a big deal because he's our Cy Young pitcher, and we need him. And if we don't have Garrett Cole, man, like I don't know what bullpen we got, because he's the only player I know that's in our bullpen that I actually care about. And we don't really know what's going on with his elbow right now. So I could look up some tweets and see what's up, but that was kind of a surprise.
Isn't he a starter?
Yeah, he's our starting pitcher too. So him being out so soon is kind of weird, and for them not to really know what's going on is even more concerning. They think it's potentially like a bone spur or something going on. It's to be said or discovered, whatever you want to call it, about like what the true issue is with his elbow. But up till now, he's basically gonna be missing like the first 6 weeks of regular season.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing that it's a good thing that the season is pretty long. It's like 6 months. So I mean, if you think about it in the long run, like 6 weeks isn't too bad.
Yeah, and usually the Yankees decide to stay under 500 anyways until All-Star break before they start giving a shit. So we should be fine going into the rest of the season, as long as we don't lose any more players.
Yeah, I mean the Dodgers are already missing a lot of pitchers. Like we re-signed Kershaw for 1 year. I think this is going to be his retirement year. I'm kind of hoping. I hope that he retires as a Dodger. That way he can get like the Kobe treatment and spend his entire career with one team. That would be really cool. Walker Buehler is still working his way back. Dustin May is gonna miss the whole year for like his second Tommy John surgery. So that's already like 3 pitchers that we're gonna be missing at the start of the season.
Dude, all I know is like I know it's still preseason and everything, but every score update I get from the Yankees is a loss. Like we've lost every freaking game in the preseason so far, and I know it's preseason, but at the same time, it's just like, damn, dude, like maybe win a game. I don't know. It's like comments are like season's over.
Yeah, for real, man.
But it is preseason, so
All right.
All right, that's all I can contribute to baseball.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Moving on. I want to talk about a couple games that are coming out on PC. We were talking about that on a previous podcast about how seems like a lot of like PlayStation exclusives aren't really exclusive anymore, which is good. I'm all for PC getting more exclusives from PlayStation. So they're getting Horizon Forbidden West is getting ported over pretty soon, and then Ghost of Tsushima is also getting ported over pretty soon, which I own both of those games. They're both really good games. They're just really big, and there's a lot to do. So I kind of have to find the time and the motivation to get back into those games. But they're still good third-person like action games. So it's cool that it's coming to PC, and the specs don't look all that bad. I feel like most people can run those games, even on previous generation type hardware. So good for the PC people, getting some PlayStation exclusives.
Do you think that they fixed like the PC port issues that they were having, like with The Last of Us, how they ported that over and it was just like, or even like what was the other one? Dead Space. I think they were having issues with that one too.
I don't know about the Dead Space issues, but what I do know is from the companies that are doing like the PlayStation ports, they like switch back and forth between 2 different sort of like developer port companies. From what I understand, the team that's working on Horizon and Ghost is a good team. Like they worked on the previous Horizon, and I think they also worked on Ratchet and Clank. So both of those ported over really well. I don't know who Naughty Dog used for Last of Us, but it was a different team. And even till now, I was listening to a podcast earlier, and even till now, they said that Last of Us still has like a lot of weird, like buggy performance issues, and they don't even understand why that is. So they're just kind of like Naughty Dog just dropped the ball on that port. So hopefully they learn from their mistakes, especially if it's, Last of Us Part 2 is going to be coming to PC, which I think is in the works. But I think these ports of Horizon and Ghost are going to be pretty okay. You just have to play them to find out.
Maybe if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. All right. So all of my notes disappeared. I don't know. I don't know if they're
Okay,
still
I'll
up on
keep
you.
going. So since we're talking about games, I'll keep moving on. So I actually started playing Death Stranding again, even though we were talking about it like on a previous podcast, the super walking simulator. But hey, apparently if you get further into the game, it turns into more than just a walking simulator. It turns into a driving simulator, a racing simulator, a shopping cart simulator. I don't know. It's actually been opening up quite a bit. I've been enjoying getting back into Death Stranding because there's actually like a lot of features and the upgrades I've been able to utilize that actually make it a little bit more enjoyable. So oddly enough, I went back and started playing that on my PS4. And it looks really good on the PS4. I'm actually like surprised how good the graphics are and how smooth it feels. Like I forget that I'm playing on an old generation console, which is kind of crazy. It kind of makes me wonder like how like it makes me realize how small of a gap there was between the PS4 and the PS5 in games. And games really didn't get that advanced moving into the PS5 generation. Like it was actually a pretty small advancement for me to go back and play old games and be like, damn, this shit still looks good. So I don't know. It even makes me feel even less excited about the PS5 Pro because like, how much more can they do, out of that platform? But yeah. So little side tangent. I'm playing Death Stranding again.
Nice. Yeah, maybe PlayStation kind of hit the ceiling on their technology.
Maybe.
Yeah, I played Death Stranding for like 20 minutes. But don't you get like a motorcycle when you first start playing?
You have one. So where I am at the game in the game now, it's basically like the third or fourth chapter. So basically, like the way the game works, just like a quick synopsis of the game is, you are what's called a porter. A porter is basically like a delivery guy. But what you're doing is you are like connecting the United States back from like zero again because we're living in sort of this weird post-apocalyptic world where cities are in shambles and you're trying to like reestablish a connection and sort of like recreate society, so to speak. But like you basically go from location to location interconnecting all these cities, but like every time you connect a city you get like upgrades and you get like new like loot and new things you can sort of like build to help you sort of like deliver all these packages. So for me, I'm into like chapter 3 now, which is like I've connected like 6 like cities like across the United States. And I'm just now able to like craft myself a motorcycle that I can use. So it takes a while. I'd say that I probably put about maybe like 18 hours or so into the game before you can actually like build a motorcycle and stuff. But there are it does really open up a lot more the further you get into the game to make like things more interesting, I guess. I don't know. I'm just kind of interested in the story right now.
All right, nice. Yeah, I just recently downloaded PUBG. Like literally before we started the podcast, I jumped into like a game, and I feel like PUBG is like really basic as far as like mouse and keyboard. So I feel like that would be like a good game for me to like try to get my keyboard and mouse skills up there.
Yeah.
But also like it is a battle royale, so it's not like just like a campaign game where I can take the time to learn the controls. So I feel like it's gonna make me learn it faster because it's gonna be like more on the fly.
It's
And
funny too because I hopped on the Discord and like I had to do like a double take because it said like in a PUBG like Battlegrounds lobby. I'm like, what? Like this fool's playing PUBG? Like seriously?
yeah, it's time for me to branch out into other VRs.
But it is the OG though. It's kind of one of the OGs. So we kind of skipped to Fortnite.
Yeah, the graphics on it are horrible, but
Didn't they have an update though? I thought they had some kind of like next gen update that came out like 2 years ago.
I don't know. I mean, compared to like Apex or like even Call of Duty has like better graphics, but like just looking at the graphics on it, it looks pretty bad.
Pretty basic. I remember how big. And what's crazy is like the streamers, like they'll still downscale the graphics to like shit graphics. It's like, dude, it already looked bad. How much worse can it get? But it can get a lot worse apparently.
Yeah, I just need to go into the settings and look at the graphics settings and see if I can up it and see what I can change.
Actually, I hopped on Apex last night and I played one game of ranked on Apex. Ended with 4 kills, 1200 damage, and a dub. First game on, so I'm like, you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad work. That's not bad for a bronze 2. You know,
Dude, I was on Apex last night and I'm in plat 4 right now. And
Ooh,
every experience is horrible, dude. Like it's like one in every like 15 games that I'll get like good teammates.
mhm.
And other than that, it's just like everybody like right when we drop, we all separate. We all like engage with different fights, and then like all those teams that we're fighting just come in on us and just freaking massacre the team.
I feel like you shouldn't really like need a team until you get to diamond. Like I feel like in platinum you can still solo queue. Yeah, I don't know, man. People play so different nowadays. It seems like, especially on Apex. Like I don't know how to pace with people. Like I don't understand. I don't understand the way they play when they try to solo shit all the time.
So
Like
yeah, so in my experience, solo queuing has been easier to get RP than actually playing with a squad. Um,
is it because you get more like points for assisting and shit now too?
I think so. They rate it on gameplay. So
Oh, okay. Not just
so
like raw stats anymore.
yeah. So if you're doing good, if you're like popping off, if you like yeah, like you're getting kills and assists, but like because I'm in plat 4 right now, every game match is -60. So I had 2 back-to-back games where we won, and it shot me all the way to like the middle of plat 4. And then so last night I jumped on and I'm all the way back to like almost 0.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like because it takes off like 60, so it's like in 3 games you're losing like 180 if you're dying like off the rip.
Mhm.
And that's only like 15 minutes of gameplay. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, that's a lot of RP to lose. Like at that level, you'd think that people you play with would be a little bit more reserved in like how they push teams. Like at least wait until like a few squads get knocked out before you start to play more aggressive. I don't get people that just want to play aggressive from the drop when
Well,
they're in those kind of lobbies.
so they changed it. So say like if you were to rat the whole game, like
Mhm.
like you and your team, not even like ratting, just say like you landed on the side of the map where there's nobody and you're just like looting. Um you still have negative RP all the way up until the end, like maybe like final circle. And
Yeah,
then based on that, like if you get like a knock or even like a kill, you're only gonna get and say like you win the game, you only get like 100 RP.
yeah.
Based upon like if you were to play aggressive the whole game, get 4 or 5 kills, like 6 knocks, it shoots you up until like 200 RP, like 250 RP. It's crazy. So like they basically reward you for playing aggressive.
hmm hmm I mean, I understand that too. I mean, like, I know they had to create a balance for people that did want to like rat and not do shit. But like, I feel like there should still be sort of like a strategy when you first drop. Like you don't have to fight as soon as you drop on a POI. Like, take your time. establish yourself before you start pushing teams, you know? Whether that be like in first zone or second zone, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how you do it.
Dude, I just get so frustrated, man. Like I took like 2 days off, dude. Like I was playing Fortnite for 2 days, and I was actually having a lot of fun on Fortnite. I was playing the new season.
Yeah, with like the Greek mythology, like lightning bolts and all that shit, the Icarus wings.
Yeah, like the wings are cool because you fly up, you can fly. It takes away like resources from your actual wings, but like you can still get out of a fight real quick. And then it also
Yeah.
does like that drop on them, so it's like even if you have the wings, you can still inflict damage on them.
Yeah, I would just say that it's kind of like hyper stimulating to play. Like me and Michelle hopped on it like the second day from the update, and it was fun, but it was like overstimulating. There was so much going on. Like everyone had the Icarus wings, everyone had the lightning bolts. Um, they did add some cool weapons, like the updated DMR is pretty cool. But I swear they like nerfed the freaking sniper rifle again. Like I feel like the bullet drop is even worse now than it was in the last season. And like I can't hit shit with that thing. And when you got like Icarus dudes like flying around like this, like all over the damn map, like I'm not hitting shit with the sniper rifle. So it probably they probably did that on purpose because too many people were using snipers before. Um, but I mean, yeah, the update's good. It's fun.
I've actually
I
gotten
thought
some good shots with the DMR where people were flying around.
I actually low key thought that they were gonna do like a God of War Kratos thing, like the OG God of War, because the arm that was coming out of the ground with like the fucking Pandora's box that was like hanging off the chain. I'm like, dude, like that's God of War, like that's got to be Kratos, but it wasn't. That wasn't. Which would be like they have to bring Kratos back if they're gonna do freaking Greek mythology.
Yeah, maybe
You know?
next. Well, do they change it up every season? It's a different like I don't know what you call it. But do they do like in season like changes?
They do like mid-season like drops, like in the previous season we technically had like Metal Gear Solid and the Ninja Turtles. I don't know who the mid-season is for this one. Like they could still technically bring Kratos back, like the God of War Kratos from the OG, because they have like the Ragnarok Kratos already, that's like vaulted, but they've had Kratos before. So I feel like this would be a great opportunity to bring back the other version of Kratos. But I haven't actually looked at the um, what is it, the battle pass
Hmm.
to see who like the special unlock characters are yet. So they could still be doing an announcement like mid-season. They do mid-season stuff.
All right, cool, dude. So I lost my my weekend emote. You know the one where he's like dancing.
Yeah.
They took it away.
Why?
I don't know. It's just gone. Like I don't have it anymore.
It wasn't licensed. The weekend complained.
Probably. And I actually spent V-Bucks on that. Not like actual
Damn.
money, but just like V-Bucks that I accumulated during playing.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that sucks.
R.I.P. V-Bucks.
All right, so moving on to the next topic. So you seen Dune 2? You said that it was badass.
It was pretty good. I mean, I went with my dad because my folks came over last weekend, which was fun. Got to go to the movies with my dad. He hadn't been to the movies in like 15 years, so he was like very surprised to find out that you can reserve your seats now at the movie theater. Like he thought that it was still first come first serve. So it was like kind of funny because I'm like, Dad, I already bought our tickets and we're reserved. He's like, well, what happens if someone takes our seats? I'm like, it doesn't happen that way anymore. So went and saw the movie. It was pretty good. Probably like one of the best like sci-fi blockbuster movies I've seen in a while. I mean, kind of since like the last Dune. The first Dune was pretty good too. Um, I don't really have any movies upcoming that I'm looking forward to. Like I was really hyped for Dune, but it was really good. Zendaya was really good. Special effects were really good. Story kind of ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Like I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But like my dad read the books and I'm kind of caught up on what the books are. So expectations moving forward are going to be very interesting, to say the least. But good movie, good action, good acting. Definitely worth watching, especially in theaters if you have the opportunity to watch it in theaters. Otherwise, stream it or download it or watch it for free somewhere. But it's worth it. I think the disappointing part of watching the movie, though, was the trailers leading up to it. And I didn't catch any fucking trailers that I cared about at all before the movie, which was a bummer because I'm thinking big blockbuster movie in IMAX. There's going to be some good movie previews coming up, and there wasn't anything good. Nothing really worth mentioning. Previews prior to the movie. They did show the Godzilla versus King Kong trailer, which I've already seen like 20 times. That was really it, man. I don't remember any other movies that were brought up. I think there was like a rom-com that they showed too. I'm just like, I don't give a shit about that.
It was funny because I went to go see Madam Web, and every trailer that they had for the movie was like a scary movie. It was weird because I remember that they would try to keep the genres with like the movie that you were watching. So if
Yeah.
we're watching like a superhero movie, you would think they would have like what's his name, like Craven the Hunter, like preview.
Yeah, like Sony especially. This is a Sony movie.
Yeah, they didn't show that. They just showed like scary movies. So
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah. I think they had a trailer for Immaculate, which is like that Sydney Sweeney like nun horror movie, because she's getting like her 15 minutes now.
So I actually saw a TikTok where so it was a sponsored TikTok, and I didn't realize it until like you look down and the bottom it says sponsored. So the guy comes on there and he's all like, "Oh yeah, Sydney Sweeney's coming out with a new movie. It's called Immaculate. It was so good. I already seen it. Like it's a must watch. You have to go see it." And like he's like super hyped about it. But it's like looking at the preview of the movie, like it looks bad. Like Sydney Sweeney is like not really a good actor. And then I look at the bottom, it says sponsored. I was like, oh, that's why. And then I go to the comments and everyone's all like, it looked legit until I saw sponsored on there.
It's funny because we actually watched with my parents here the one with her and Glenn Powell. Anyone But You.
Yeah.
Bro, that was not a good movie.
You didn't like it?
No, it was not good. Like, I feel like the comedy was so forced. And I'm not talking about her acting, even though I do know exactly what you meant about her acting feeling forced. In my opinion, I think she's a good actress, but only when you're putting her in sort of like drama, sad kind of scenes. Like she's really good at showing emotion. But when it's just like upbeat, like cutesy humor, it felt really bad. Like it felt fake. And dude, that movie was not good. It was not a good movie. Like it takes me back to like Wedding Crashers. Like Wedding Crashers was such a good movie back in the day, and I'm like, can we not get those kind of movies anymore? We don't get those kind of rom-coms anymore.
Nah, I think like the era of like Superbad and like movies like that are just like gone.
Yeah, like the movie that came out before that with what's her face, Jennifer Lawrence. Like that movie was better than this one. And it was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know why it was getting hyped up. Like, Sydney Sweeney's getting really hyped up right now. But from what I've seen, like, I don't know why. Like Madam Web, Anyone But You, and like this Immaculate movie that I barely know anything about. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited for the scary movies that are coming out. Like, even if they're not going to be good, it's still like fresh, scary movies. And I think at this point in my life, I'm kind of just desensitized to anything horror. So I kind of just have to watch it just to reminisce about how much I love scary movies, but they don't have the same effect on me anymore. And I still try to go into the movies trying to get that like nostalgia of like actually being scared of a movie. Like I can't even tell you the last time I was actually scared. Like not scared, but like, you know, like where you get like goosebumps or you get like that chill, you know, like I'm not even talking about like jump scares, because those are fake scares, but like something that actually like makes you feel like like tingly inside, you know. I guess I just hope that I find that movie where it happens. There was I don't even know where it's from. I just see it on TikTok a lot, but it's like this girl that like walks into her house, and I think it's like her mom is standing in the room, but she's like kind of like standing here, like where the wall is, and kind of just like looking at her, and she's not saying nothing. So it's like you kind of get like goosebumps, like looking. It's like in the dark too, and then
Yeah,
she's like talking to her, and she's just staring at her, and then she like looks at her phone, and like her mom is like messaging her, and then she's like, "Oh, this is not my mom in the room," and that she looks up, and the girl just like rushes her, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like,
yeah, I like those kind of things. I like those kind
yeah,
of
like
things.
if you can make more movies like that, to where like even just talking about it, like got me excited about like watching it. But it's just like they don't make movies like that anymore, and I wish they would. I guess that's my rant for the week. Make better
Okay.
scary movies.
Scary movies aren't scary.
Yeah,
Are you gonna watch Imaginary?
I think I will, just because
Yeah,
like the trailer didn't look that bad, but hopefully the trailer didn't put like all the good parts in the trailer.
yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like the last time that I actually like was excited and like watched a scary movie that actually like felt fun and scary was probably like the second Conjuring. Like that was a long time ago now, but like I kind of have like Conjuring 2 kind of like up there. I've got Hereditary up there. Like I did like Hereditary. Um and then maybe like right in that category of like scary movies that I still hold like on a pedestal, maybe the first Paranormal Activity. Like those were kind of like the heyday for me in scary movies, and yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I don't really feel like they're that scary anymore. Like some of them are fun, but like they just don't hold their weight compared to the other stuff.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity was like a beast, but you had to have the right setting for it, because like you had to watch that in the movies, just because of the audio, like the like you know when they go into like the video camera and it's at night, and it's just like all the volume is just sucked out, and you're just like looking at everything trying to find something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
good times.
So I guess a segue into like supernatural stuff. So they did drop a trailer yesterday for the Crow remake, which like I don't know if you've ever seen The Crow. Have you seen The Crow?
I seen The Crow when I was younger, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, so The Crow came out like literally 20 years ago. Actually, it was like in 1994 or something that that movie came out. So like almost 30 years ago now.
That is 30
But
years.
it was Brandon Lee, who's Bruce Lee's son. I feel like the only reason why it got as much recognition as it did was because it was basically the last movie that Brandon Lee ever made before he was like tragically killed on set by accident. So I feel like that was the. I don't want to disservice it. Like I don't want to say that's the only reason why people talked about it. Like if you watch the movie, I think it kind of has like its own sort of cult following. It's one of those movies, but I mean that was like one of the stigma that was around it was because Brandon Lee passed away. But people are kind of hating on the new remake with Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise. Like he's basically like Brandon Lee's character from the original movie. And like I watched the trailer, bro, and this shit looks crazy. Like uh, I mean, like I don't know, man. Without spoiling the movie, so Brandon Lee's character in the original Crow, like him and his girlfriend or fiance, like they get attacked by some like goons and whatever, and bad shit happens. Brandon Lee's character gets killed, but he gets resurrected from the dead by like a crow because there's like a superstition about like Devil's Night and like the crow like carrying your spirit from the underworld. But it brings him back to life so that he can kind of like right the wrongs that were done to him. So it's basically like a vigilante revenge movie. And the concept was really cool. Like it was really moody and like gothic and emo back in the day. But like the remake movie with Bill Skarsgård, dude, it looks fucking crazy. Like he's like taking shotgun blasts to the chest, and he's getting like bullets shot through him and like stabbed through his body, and he just keeps on fucking going. Like you can't kill him. And it just looks kind of badass and violent. So I'm actually low key kind of looking forward to it. I think it looks good, but people are sort of hating on it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out. There's gonna be links in the description for the trailers. You guys can watch it yourselves, and everything else that we're talking about. I'm gonna try to link everything that we can. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so that was like the only trailer that I've seen recently that kind of got me like interested, so to speak. I haven't really seen any new or upcoming movies that's getting me kind of excited.
there was a couple that I put on here. I know Craven the Hunter came out a while ago. The trailer. I don't even know when that movie comes out, but I feel like it's gonna be a bad. Like anything Sony puts out is gonna be a bad movie.
That'd be better than Madam Web, hopefully.
I don't know. Like the bar is
Bro,
just kind of low.
are you seeing like all the shit that Madam Web is getting after the fact? Like they're like Dakota Johnson said that she fired her agent like for casting her in the movie. And then like Sydney Sweeney was interviewed and they're just like, why did you want to do that movie? And she's like, honestly, I was just like paid to act in it. Like I don't really have anything else to say. Like, dude, like it was such a terrible train wreck of a movie. And I can't believe you've watched it.
Yeah, I actually paid money to watch
In
that.
theaters, bro.
I mean, I
In
didn't know it was
theaters.
opening weekend, so I didn't have any of the knowledge that it was gonna be bad. Like, I know Sony movies are bad, but I was like, I mean, it has like good actors in it. Like, it can't be that bad. But that shit was horrible. Everything about that movie was horrible. Do not watch that movie.
Yeah, man. I was like, bro, I can't believe Carlos went and spent money on this. Like the movies that you spend money to go watch in the theaters, dude. Like it mind boggles me sometimes.
I got to take some for the teams.
Oh, at that point you just go for the popcorn. That's the only thing I cared about. It's just like you can't get popcorn anywhere else besides the movie theaters like that.
So you go for popcorn, beer, and like a nice recliner.
You're gonna need more than one beer for some of those movies, man. For real.
Yeah. So as far as other movies, like A Quiet Place, Day One, I'm excited for that one. I do like the Quiet Place franchise. They're gonna be following different people this time, so it's kind of like a side piece to the movie.
I mean, I guess that's a fresh take. I think I'm just kind of like over it, to be honest. A little over The Quiet Place because they keep doing like the prequel thing now. I feel like a lot of movies now where they can't like advance the story anymore. Now they're doing like prequel stories. So, I mean, I guess that's cool, but like that the whole world goes to shit. So I don't know where the redemption arc is there for humanity.
Yeah, I guess I would have liked it if it was more like in the future, like the world is even like more messed up, but like a group of people come together to try to kill all of them or do something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still excited. I'll still pay money to go see it.
Um, yeah, and actually, like I'm just like typing up like some upcoming movies now. Um, there was actually an announcement that Cillian Murphy was going to be in an upcoming like 28 Days Later like sequel. So I think it's 28 years later is what they're going to end up doing. So we had 28 days, 28 weeks, right? And now we're
Should
going to
be
have a 28
months.
years later.
28 months
So I'm kind of
later.
excited for that. Like Cillian Murphy's cool. Like to me, he's kind of untouchable right now. And if he's gonna do that movie with Danny Boyle, who did the first two, I mean that could be kind of good. Hopefully, like we've kind of been missing some good like zombie post-apocalypse movies as of recently. The Zack Snyder one that came out on Netflix was such a disappointment, and I was like really hyped for that. We haven't really had any like zombie movies come out lately, so that'd be kind of good. I think. Crossing fingers.
Yeah, it'll be cool to hear him screaming in the city, "Hello, hello!" Or he did for like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
We'll see where the like what the world looks like in 28 years.
Yeah, that's cool. I'd be really looking forward to that one.
Bro, like I'm looking at like upcoming movies and like nothing is standing out right now.
So yeah,
I think I need another link.
I am a fan of the 28 Days Later. See this big old
Nice.
freaking thick ass book that I read.
So did that came out? That was based on the movie, right? The movie was the original source.
So this is yeah, so this is in between the first one and the second one. It kind of
Okay.
just continues the story of the first one.
Okay. Cool. 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 You and your graphic novels, man.
Yeah, I that was actually a really good read. I'll probably let you borrow that one.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I read graphic novels.
I mean, it's easy. You get through it really fast.
I like pictures.
Yeah, I'll give you some crayons too because it's black and white.
All right. Looking at upcoming movies, we talked about Monkey Man last week. Uh, okay, they had a trailer for the Furiosa movie, the Mad Max Furiosa movie. So Anna Taylor-Joy is getting a little bit of her 15 minutes now too, because she's been like popping up in a lot of stuff lately.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I don't like her. She looks weird to me.
'Cause you don't like her face, bro. Don't be shallow.
Her
Okay.
eyes. It's her eyes, dude. Her eyes are too big for her face.
You know what? She actually commented on that in an interview. She said she had a hard time finding work as an actress because of the way she looked. So I feel sorry for her. Now I'm like, yeah, put her in everything. Cast her in everything now. How mean.
Anyways,
Bro, like there are no upcoming movies. I'm going through this like list like month to month and like nothing's popping up.
so
Talk
I got
about the
a I got a
boys.
list too. So Deadpool and Wolverine coming out.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited
looking
for
forward
that
to
one.
that. Yeah.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think this is like the fourth or fifth one in the franchise.
I think it's the fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. Since
Uh,
the James Franco one, it's the fourth movie now.
okay. Joker is coming out. I think it's coming out this year.
With Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
which is gonna be like a musical supposedly. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like a musical, but it's gonna be kind of like a
It
Star is Born
is.
meets Batman.
It is. It says crime drama musical. Yeah, I guess I'm not watching
Yeah.
that. Gladiator 2.
like I'm not looking forward to it anymore.
Dude, I
Never
can't stand
mind.
musicals. I can't stand musicals.
There's a
Gladiator
few good things
2.
out there.
So Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, in the credits for this one. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, for Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that one. We'll see how that one goes. It's actually funny since we're talking about that. Like there was an interview with Russell Crowe, and he actually got pissed off because everybody keeps asking him about like, oh, like what have you heard about Gladiator 2? Have you spoken to Ridley Scott? Like, are you gonna have a role? And like he got pissed off, and he was like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like I should be getting paid money for every time people ask me questions about this fucking movie. He said, no, I'm not gonna be in the movie. My character in the first Gladiator is dead, so everything that happens after that, I have nothing to do with. Like, damn, bro, like you're so angry. That was kind of a funny interview.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like he could come back as like a ghost or something. I don't know. Or just I don't know. Like yeah,
I
like
don't think it works in that universe
yeah. I mean it works in any universe.
with like Dexter.
You get flashbacks or something. He could be reincarnated. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it for the movies. I think we can wrap this one up if you have anything else to add.
No, not a whole lot. Just like quick update stuff. Like we had all those sports drops, which were kind of cool to talk about. Like we've been trying to like hit the news and look at topics throughout the week just so we can pinpoint some good topics for each podcast. So if anything crazy happens, any interesting news, we'll be sure to keep you guys up to date on the next episode. Otherwise, I don't really have anything else.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm tapped out too. So if you want to
Okay.
get us into the outro.
All right, well, thank you guys and gals for joining us for this episode of the Bro Tech Gaming Podcast. As always, follow us on all our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Twitter, Kick, all that good stuff. TikTok, maybe, as long as it's legal in the United States. That might be an update for the next episode that we can talk about. As all the new like stuff TikTok's got going on. Try to keep politics out of this, but that one's kind of interesting. But needless to say, please follow us. Please catch us on the next episode. Here's the outro for the secret song. Deuces, everybody.